Don't be left out. Nigeria together. Nigeria today. Nigeria today.
We say good afternoon, Nigeria, and good afternoon, our distinguished listeners. We welcome you to Nigeria today on AM 97.3 FM, and I still remain your host, Olushola Hayobam is my name, and people coming that are living so off radio. It's a pleasure to have you with us once again. We want you to know that Nigeria continues to face enormous challenges from insecurity in many parts of the country to the high cost of living, unemployment, inflation, kidnapping, banditry, communal clashes, and economic hardships. Millions of Nigerians are asking one question, which is very, very important, saying, is the country moving in the right direction? Are we sincerely moving in the right direction? Because security remains one of the biggest concerns in this country. We all know that farmers are afraid to cultivate their land. In some communities, travelers fear attacks on highways. Businesses have suffered losses because investors are reluctant to operate in areas, plagued by violence. Across this country, there have been repeated calls for more effective policing system that can respond quickly to local security threats. And over the week, let me say since last week, Tuesday, one proposal that has generated debate over the years is the creation of state police. As many supporters argue that governors and local communities understand their security challenges better than authorities in Abuja. We understand what we are facing in Oyo State better than those who sit or lives in Abuja. They believed, or let me say they believe, a decentralized police system would improve intelligence gathering, response time, and then crime prevention. Also, everything in this world is just like a coin. It's either head or tail, up or down. The oppositions, the opponents, however, they fear that some governors could misuse state police against political opponents or interfere with elections. But recently, the Senate moved forward with constitutional amendment bills that include proposals relating to the state policing, bringing the conversation back to the forefront. If eventually approved by the required constitutional process, it could mark one of the biggest changes to Nigeria's security architecture in decades. But interestingly, while Nigerians continue discussing security reforms, another issue has also attracted public attention, not because of politics, but because of entrepreneurship. When we talk about the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, who recently encouraged Nigerians, particularly women and young people, to embrace small business such as, roasting corn, frying akara, and then other legitimate trades as a means of earning her living. Her remarks have generated mixed reactions. Some Nigerians praise the message, saying there is dignity in honest labor, and that I'm not the one who will answer those questions, because these are the issues we shall be examining today. To help us make sense of these developments, is our respected, public and political analyst. I welcome you, Dr. Tide Olalere. Say good afternoon to the entire world.
Good afternoon, my dear soul of Living Radio. I welcome all our listeners all over to this important program, and I want to thank you for tuning in. Thank you.
Okay, a quick one. I know that for like a couple of years, I don't want to use the language couple of weeks now, like a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken, that would be during the era of the former president Muhammadu Buhari, that we have been clamoring for these state police. He said in his words that having state police or creation of state police is not the solution to insecurity in Nigeria. So it is not new that we go back to the issue of state police, creation of state police. But since last week Tuesday, the Senate, presidency, and everyone, they've been talking about, creation of the state police. But before I chip in my questions to you, I want us to listen to something that has to do with the state police. Okay, if you are with us, join us on the Facebook page at AIM973FM, at AIM973FM, so that we can watch all together at AIM973FM. Now, I want us to watch something, and then maybe it will bring a clearer, picture about what we want to say right now. Okay, let's quickly have a view of this.
Bringing law and order to the table. Like I mentioned earlier, I've made up my mind to ensure that my officers get to know that we are working for the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and the citizens of the country are our bosses. The committee was set up early this morning to look into the issue of state police from the angle of the Nigerian police. We don't want it to seem massive. Others are taking decision, and we, the most important people concerned, did not do anything. We want to ensure that the best thing is done. State police has come to stay, and then the police should be able to contribute their own part in making it succeed. The police are not afraid. Our jobs are not being taken. It's just an issue of partnership.
Another historic opportunity for the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to discharge one of its most sacred constitutional responsibilities, the duty to make laws for the peace, order, security, and good governance of our nation. The matter we're about to go into is of profound national importance. It concerns the consideration of a constitutional amendment seeking to provide for the establishment of state police as part of ongoing efforts to strengthen Nigeria's security architecture.
This bill represents one of the most significant constitutional reforms in our nation's democratic evolution. It addresses a long-standing national conversation on the structure, effectiveness, responsiveness, and sustainability of policing in the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
I think that as part of what we will also pass today is also to make sure that in those aspects of the Constitution, because I've seen 2 or 3, where it says that the president will merely write a letter and take over, or merely write a letter to... No, we think that not just the president, but that power must also be shared with the National Assembly.
Let me say that the amendment that he proposed is already taken care of by clause 13.
Mr. President, this is totally wrong.
If I have your permission,
we're making
Those in support of that position say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The next one.
Nigeria today.
Doctor, voices in that excerpt, we heard the Inspector General of Police who said that the state police has come to stay. And then at the plenary, we heard the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, also Senator Bamidele from Ekiti State, Opeyemi Bamidele, thank you very much, from Ekiti State, and then Balaribe, and the likes like that. You know, the video was more than that, but because of our time, and then, you know, we just need to cut some things off. It causes a lot of you know, brouhaha again in the plenary, during the plenary. You know, they were trying to say, oh, let's wait, but the Senate leader was like, no, the issue of insecurity in Nigeria, we can't wait any longer. Let's tackle it and let's take it once and for all. But among those things that many people have been saying that can Nigeria survive this, is just the singular fact that they've been saying governors will use state police for their personal gain. Doctor, Nigeria as a nation, can we manage state policing? Is this the right thing or the next thing to do at the plenary, for the National Assembly and the likes? Do you think state police will definitely work out? You know, don't forget I said something earlier. Former President Muhammadu Buhari of a blessed memory said that state police is not the solution to insecurity in Nigeria. What's your take?
Thank you. I was the issue of state policing, you know, has been on the discussion table for years. And if we truly want to run a democracy, and if we are really serious, I think the democratization of decentralization of you know, security and other related matters, all right, are long overdue. Okay, because there is an extent to which the federal government can really you know, run the security system and so many other issues, even education.
Wait, you are trying to say that federal government cannot single-handedly run the affairs of security of a nation?
It cannot. The nation is very vast, is so large, and the complexity, all right, demands that you know, power should be broken down to the different levels for them to manage. And I think this is not totally new, all right. We had the regional governments in Nigeria. How were they able to run their affairs and then make the huge successes that we still see today, even physically? The Western region, how was the Western region able to manage its own affairs? The rivalry, competition, the competition, you know, among the different regions that brought development. So I think it is long overdue. The question of whether we can manage it or not, we also, you know, touch on the question, another question. Are we ripe enough for democracy? Are we mature enough for democracy? And how well has the federal government run the central federal, you know, police, the Nigerian police force? How well? So I think these are issues. If we assume or agree that the federal government has been able to run the Nigeria police force, okay, then the state government can do as well, because the president today was a governor yesterday.
The president today was a governor yesterday.
So if there is maturity in the conduct of our affairs, if we are truly saying that we are ripe for democracy, then we should not be afraid to. And of course, you have your Amatekun, for instance.
Are we not ripe for democracy?
Well, again, it will. I think we need to look at our performance so far, especially from 1999 to date. Okay, how well have we been able to, you know, with maturity, have we been able to allow dissenting voices, all right, opposition how have we managed our relationship with the opposition? So if we've been able to manage it well, then if we have this, I would say, Goodluck Jonathan ideology, that my ambition is not worth the blood of any Nigerian. If that is the maturity, we should be able to manage the police force at whatever level, even at the local government level. Because today we have the Amatekun, whether we like it or not. We have other local security, whatever, all over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, have they been used against the opposition?
Have they been used against the opposition?
Yes. And how well have been able to contribute to the security of, our lives and property? If they have performed to a level, then we should be able to accommodate the local policing.
But talking about Amotekun and the likes, they didn't have the constitutional right to perform some duties.
You are correct.
Exactly. Could that be one of the reasons why they've not been used, by the governors maybe to carry out some of their dirty works?
Well, I cannot really say, but the fact is that the Amatekun has also done some worthwhile, things for us to see. So, whether they don't have the full backing of the law, well, I think we should grow. If we grow, definitely we'll be able to manage all these fears that we have.
Talking about state police, if peradventure state police is established, could they have any negative impact in 2027 election?
Thank you. That is also, an area that the opposition is entertaining some fear now. Of course, the opposition has always been clamoring for the state police, for instance. The question is, why is it taking us so long before we begin to embrace this? Why have we allowed millions of lives to be lost? Okay? And those who are still living, they are living like they living dead because there is fear everywhere. So why did we get to this point before allowing it? So the fear of the opposition may be apparently real. That, elections are very near. Will they not use it against us? I think it also speaks to the same fear that the state may not be able to manage it well and so on. So, but I think that we just need to embrace our fear, all right? Mature, and then do what we need to do, all right? Then if the power does not belong to only the executive, for instance, all right? If the what do you call them now? The legislature and the judiciary do their work, they will be able to moderate these fears that we have.
Many Nigerians do not believe in judiciary and then legislature
because they have released themselves to become the tools in the hands of the executive. So I think that is it, because the executive is supposed to be moderated. So if the moderation is done properly, okay, then the state police will work.
Talking about state police on M97.3 FM on Nigeria Today, the cable on March 4, 2026 states that state police has come to stay, says the Inspector General of Police. The Nation today, 29th of June 2026, says that House State Police bill versions differ. House State Police bill versions differ. That was how we had, the differences between Balaribe and then Bamidele Okoyemi in the House in the clip played earlier. Another news here says that state police bill backed by 77% of our senators. Today's paper again. The Guardian says that Senate defends state police bill as child of necessity. That's today's paper, 29th of June. Also, Senate leader accuses opposition of politicizing state police debate. Now, Doctor,
Yes, sir.
a lot of people have been saying one of the factors that they called for that could affect the establishment of state police. Do you think it will be equal in all states in Nigeria? Talking about the funding, well, we should look into that. You know, some states may not have the capacity, the ability to equip, to recruit, you know, their security forces in each state. Why? For instance, the allocation being given to them differs. To date, some states are still saying that the allocation is too small for them. The security, allocations, the security votes given to them as well. Some have been saying that we don't know how they spend the security vote. Let's talk about equity, transparency. Can we sincerely manage state police in Nigeria?
Can we sincerely manage state police in Nigeria?
Talking about each governors of a state now.
Yeah, the federal government has the larger share of the revenue of the nation. All right. So I think the issue of state police, goes back to the issue of true federalism.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the government is just picking it one by one. All right. It's a holistic thing. So if we are going for true federalism, it will affect a lot of things. It will affect the revenue sharing formula. All right. Okay. A situation where the federal government takes, I think, 55% or something.
Mm-hmm.
It means that the federal government has too much money.
So they will reduce it.
Yeah. So where duties, goes down to the state government, then more funds should also be released. Because as the state government takes up this issue of state police, all right, it will relieve the federal government of some duties, so to say. All right, and then it will create the environment that we need. In fact, the environment is number one. If we don't have a safe environment, whatever the federal government is doing will be a waste. And that is why I think most of the efforts of the federal government are not being felt by the people. Because an average farmer cannot go to the farm. So whatever the federal government is claiming to be doing, all these reforms and so on, how effective can they be if the average farmer on the farm at the state level, local government level, cannot go to the farm? So it means that whatever the state government needs in terms of funding, all right, the revenue sharing must be looked at so that each state can have enough to fund the state police, because it's fundamental to the growth of the economy and, of course, creating the enabling environment for even political, activities. So of course, each state's needs will differ because the population differs, okay? The land mass, okay? So the number of policemen that Oyo State will need will be different from what Osun State would need, for instance.
What will happen to the police officers that we have presently?
Well, they are employed by the federal government, okay?
So which we want to have another fashion, like FBI?
They belong to the federal government. They are being funded by the federal government. Okay, other parastatals or other whatever sections of the Nigerian state, we have the federal, we have the state, and they collaborate. They work together. Okay, up till now, we have federal establishments at the state level, and then we have state establishments. There are areas where they work together, collaborate. If really we are working towards the same goal of ensuring that we have a secure environment for our people, then it should not be a big deal. All right, there are demarcations. Even the federal police that we have now, okay, a particular what do you call them now, police station has its jurisdiction. Oh yeah, it has. We are. And so when you go to them, sometimes you say, sorry, that does not fall.
Yes, go back. Please
go back to
place.
Dugbe. Oh, go back to
Songo. Go back to Ojo.
So they know how they work together, and they are, since we are all Nigerians.
All right. You know, according to Inspector General of Police, Tunji Disu, he said something that in that clip, he said it's not as if they will lay off the present police officers.
Federal, no, they don't need to lay them off.
So he just want to recruit more. It's not as if the newly recruited one, or let me say the state police officers, they will help them, they will work hand in hand, and then to improve the security matter in Nigeria. Let me ask this sincere question. I want to ask you this question. Do you think creation of our state police, we end kidnapping, banditry, and the likes? Let's take for instance, many people are saying let's create state police. We know our communities more than others that we just transfer to this place. But a member of this community, let's assume I live in this community, I work as a police officer in this community, a member of this community committed a crime, won't I say pardon him, I know him, is my brother? Is that not another factor to look into?
Thank you. I think even in our traditional communities, we have rules and regulations. We have the obas, we have the chiefs, all right, we have the magajis, we have the, family heads and so on, and we have punishments for people who do not do the right thing.
We are talking about law here.
Yeah, it's similar.
That is law, right?
It's similar because the local people were able, the villagers, for instance, meted out punishment to thieves. Okay, not minding whether it's one of their one of their children or not. So,
doctor,
yeah,
the person who committed a crime has already broken the law.
Yeah.
Now, the police officer, just for like instance, a police officer now will tell you that I don't want to break the law, I want to bend the law. Pardon him.
Well, that is not new. All right. Even the federal police system that we have now, we understand that sometimes, as a matter of fact, it's also another problem with our security system. All right, that when they want to kidnap people or take people, sometimes the officers get calls from higher authorities that leave the road. If that is true, so our problems have not just started. And they will know, what am I saying? Even as the federal government is running the police system, there are cases of the Oga at the top influencing justice system and so on. All right? So if it happens at the local level, that is not the beginning of it. But we will not say because of one person influencing justice, all right, negatively, all right, we should not do what we need to do to stem the tide of insecurity that has, almost taken life out of each of us.
All right, on our Facebook page, I could see some messages here at AIM973FM, still talking about the creation of our state police. If you have one or two things to chip in, 070-252-00973, 070-252-00973, 091-144-44973, or 081-111-00973. Let's quickly go for a commercial break, and then when we come back, we are still here talking about, one or two matters. It's still Nigeria Today, and don't go anywhere.
When it comes to shopping, think quality, think convenience. Welcome to Unique Mall, your complete shopping destination in Ibadan. From fresh groceries at our superstore to tasty treats.
Looking for comfort, relaxation, and premium entertainment in Ibadan? Welcome to DAC's Hotels, conveniently located on Akpete Awoto Road, Ibadan. Whether you're planning a business meeting, a weekend getaway, or a fun night out, we've got you covered. Enjoy our modern conference center, comfortable lodging, classy lounge and bar, refreshing swimming pool, and exciting nightclub experience. For bookings and inquiries, call 0815-919-4246 or 0815-919-4247. At the Aces Hotels, comfort, class, and entertainment all in one place.
sound of Ibadan. We are the beats of the city. Truth, love, and unity. That is our creed. AIM 97.3 FM. Your home, your station, your friend.
What's poppin' IB City? You're onto AIM 97.3 FM in the Brown Roof City, Ibadan. Right here, we serve you political news, economic insights, and other scintillating programs to keep you posted. Don't touch that dial.
Nigeria Today.
You're welcome back from that short commercial break. If you are just joining us, it's still Nigeria Today on AIM 97.3 FM. And then if you want to watch us live, we are very much open on Facebook at AIM 973 FM. Just do well to give it like 10 shares. Share to 10 groups individually. Right? And I still have with me Dr. Tide Olalere, a political and public analyst that we have been, hiring one or two together since morning on the creation of the state police. Doctor, let's consider this. Do you think that creation of a state police will it complement laws or the effort of the federal police now? Is that their duty? Just to complement everything that they've been doing before?
Yeah, it will complement.
Or they will have some functions, they will replace some functions?
I think the state legislature,
Okay.
all right, also need to look at the how the state police will function, and then their budgets, recruitment, training, all these are,
Is this not where the Yoruba that says by Bomin? So definitely the law that we have in Oyo,
yeah,
for state police will be different from that of Osun State.
The peculiarity of each state will come into play. All right, the people, the landmass, the culture, all right, the nuances, all this will come into play.
What is now the function of the federal police?
Well, the federal police will, I think, the federal police will have its own jurisdiction. Okay, we have police. I mean, we have federal, what do you call them? Federal property, federal institutions, and so on and so forth.
So federal highways.
Exactly.
Okay.
That the federal police will possibly take care of. So the state police will support, all right, the rural areas, the local government areas, the local schools, those places that the federal police could not even cover because of limitations in terms of number, in terms of resources and so on. So rather than have villages that have what do you call them now, farms or bush that when they have been neglected, or roads that have been neglected in terms of security, I think the state government will be able to cover that.
Let's come to your state. Creation of police, state police in your state. How many police officers do you think we need in your state?
Well, it depends on the population for your state. Because and that is one of our problems. Do we really know our population?
At least we will be more than 1 million in our state.
1 million? I don't know, but Oyo State, Ibadan alone, I doubt whether Ibadan alone will be less than 3-4 million.
Okay,
people.
I'm just saying, let's say 1 million.
So we now have to go to what is the ideal. All right, we have the world standard, for instance. What is the number of people? Is it 10 people to a policeman and so on? So I think it will further allow the state governments to have enough hands, right, to police us properly, because we have always been under-policed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oyo State is estimated to be around 8 to 15 million.
Let's assume that Oyo State is 8 million.
Okay.
And I wouldn't know the exact number now of what the world standard is in terms of, is it 10? Let's assume it's 1 police to
10 people.
Maybe 20 people.
In Oyo State.
In Oyo State. And that will give us the number of policemen that we'll need.
Okay. So definitely with that, we have a clue of.
We have a clue of how many.
Okay, we should
be recruited, and then how will they be trained, the funding, how much, and so on. And then it will also help each state to even wake up too. Apart from the allocation from Abuja, each state government should also, begin to think more. All right. So to generate more funds.
And this will take us to the second part of today's program about First Lady Remi Tinubu's remark. Now, there has been some accusations lately that people did not want to serve in security forces again, like military, police force, and the likes. Let's make it now that there is a state police. It has come to stay. Do you think today's youth are ready to serve, being a police officer?
Well,
with everything that the federal police, the so-called federal police has done, do you think people are ready to serve, or we should just stay focused on Nigerian youth are lazy?
I don't agree that Nigerian youth are lazy. All right, I think it would be simplistic to look at our youth that way. All right. The next question will be, okay, the Nigerian youths who are making waves in the American forces, who are making waves in the medical fields in America and other European countries, all right, do they have a new brain? Do they take a new brain to America? So I think it has to do with the environment. If the Nigerian police, all right, members of the Nigerian police force, if they have not enjoyed adequate care, all right, adequate provision, all right, training, equipment, and so on, definitely it will not be attractive. So I want to believe that many may not want to join, all right, but we will get people who will want to join, all right. We have Nigerians who are ready to serve, okay. So I would just appeal that our government should take better care of its people, including the police force, because they are human beings like them. The way our leaders take care of their own families, they should extend it to others, our young people. Our young people are doing exploits, even individually. This issue of starting small-scale businesses and all that, our youths don't need to be told. Many of them are into that already.
Then let's watch this video, to complement what you're about to start now. It's the A97.3 FM.
And health. And then we have a very young population. Our population is estimated conservatively to be 180 million. This is a conservative one. More than 60% of the population is below the age of 30. A lot of them haven't been to school, and they are claiming, that Nigeria has been an oil-producing country. Therefore, they should sit and do nothing and get housing, healthcare, education free. But let me tell you that recently, my Minister of Education or for Information was constrained.
How do we as mothers in our various states in the nation, all I do is just coordinate them. What are you doing in your state? Can you do this? And that's why we brought RHI on board, so that every state, even whatever the trickle is, they are supposed to multiply it. And we can see that with our 3rd year anniversary with FCT, what she was able to do. I was just surprised. I don't know whether you were all there.
Yes.
Yes, because that was the message. She gone beyond what was given, even personally. Even I know at times when she would cry. I said, but is the first person that will hold a position that will do the sacrifice. So, and then you have to build for others to, like the Bible will say, you can't, we though our parents will not bring forth for trouble. So what we are doing in this administration is to make sure that even generations of unborn would benefit. And I believe that there are a lot of foundations that the Mr. President has to rebuild and has to whether to rejig so that they can build lasting legacies that will even transcend this administration. So that's what I believe he's trying to do. And there are a lot of things that are really, like when we take subsidy removal, for example, if Nigerians don't believe in what he could do, I don't think we would have had it so easy. It was tough, very, very tough, which we all know. But the challenges there, we're able to surmount. At least, we haven't gotten to cruise line yet, but we're getting there. But now everyone has to know the way of doing businesses is different. The way we do business now is just quite different. We're just looking at, how many people have we empowered? We've really covered a lot of areas in agri. We can see because of food security. So, we have a very, very proud culture. And I think this is high time we started promoting ourselves and this nation. We have what it takes to do that. And then when we look at the elderly citizens, people with disability, and the trickle, I said, we might even have such number. And in some cases, it could be more. We went to Ekiti recently. I empowered 2,000. So add it to Ekiti. And Ekiti has had 1,000 for economic empowerment before. That's 3,000. And she gave more, which I know. I said she gave more than the 1,000 I said they should do. Then I went to Benue. I did another 2,000. Money has been transferred. So when we look at that, we're trying to give hope. And to start akara business doesn't take a lot of money. To start roasting corn, or somebody even said about grant, you see they're saying that kuli doesn't take much. We didn't give them a loan. We gave it to them as a grant. So we've encouraged Nigerians as best as we could. What is within our hands, I have given, and I keep giving. And those are the things we've done. I remember giving for TB, when I heard there's so much TB cases, I gave 2 billion. To breast cancer, I gave 1 billion. To food malnutrition, I gave 500 million. So those are the things we've been.
Nigeria.
Doctor.
Yes, sir.
That was, the last one was the voice of First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu.
Yeah.
You encouraged us to be frying akara, roasted corn, and ventured into kuli. He said a lot. I intentionally played it from the beginning so that we won't take the aspect of frying akara alone. She started with, as a mother, how can we be as a mother? Mothers multitask. Right? She talks about promoting ourselves. She talks about promoting our businesses. And then she talked about frying that akara that has caused a lot on our social media. The first voice we heard was the late former president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, when he was at a Commonwealth meeting, and he said, Nigerian youth, they say that Nigerian youth are not ready to work. Some of them are not even in school. He said that we claim that we are in a nation that produces oil, and the government should provide everything needed. Then we said, President shouldn't have said that, right? He shouldn't have called us a lazy youth. We are having on all social media now First Lady who encouraged us to fry akara. Come, Doctor, what's your view?
Well, I want to say that our leaders are far from the people. All right, in terms of understanding the so-called youth that they are talking about. Right. For the former president to say, our youths are lazy. Again, it's a miscalculation, misunderstanding. All right. The fact is that we have some youths who are lazy.
Okay.
That is not new. Okay. But then what is government doing to really ensure that our youths are not lazy?
Like what First Lady just said.
So it starts from the beginning.
Right? No, what is our government doing? I want to take it from there. So because of what the government is doing now is that we should be frying akara.
The government may be making efforts, but I think they should make efforts in the right direction. All right? It is not new. Our mothers fried akara. On the road, we have people frying akara. You have people at that level providing that service already. Okay? Our young people, the ones I know, I've been in the education sector for more than 30 years at various levels. Our youth are vibrant. I know those who have HND, first degree, who are, what do you call them, fashion designers now. But the question is, what's the environment that will help them to produce? Is there electricity? The answer is no. So the cost, okay, even if I want to fry akara and I want to use gas, how easily can I get gas? At how much?
You use firewood, sir.
I use firewood. Oh. So, fuel, how much is the fuel?
I'm just talking on behalf of the government. Maybe that's what the government would have said.
So the government should do the needful. It starts from education. Thank God I visited the European nation that I judged as number one in education, and I saw the young children, nursery, primary school children, okay, in the workshop, electrical workshops, mechanical workshops, young children 6, 7. So catch them young. When you provide such an environment, you don't need to preach to them, because by the time they become 15, 16, they have become masters, okay, who will produce the solar lamps and so on very cheaply, so that we stop importing, and that will create the environment for job and creation, production, and so on and so forth. Those things are fundamental issues. Okay, then security is very important too. So if you are able to provide a secure environment, there are many who are ready to go into agriculture. I know many around me who have gone back to the farm. But how much can they do except they get the right environment where there is no fear, where there is security, where there is support? So these are fundamental. I want to believe that the wife of the president is talking about maybe generally, let the young people start their own small businesses, and they are ready to do it. But please give us the enabling environment beyond this tokenist distribution of money and all that, which will likely go to party members.
She said grants were given out and
to
not
who?
loans.
Party members?
She made mention of it. Say grants and not loans.
More should be given, but it starts from the beginning. Create the enabling environment, deal with insecurity, encourage our people right from the base. What type of education is available in our primary and secondary school, especially public ones? Okay? So are we not going to be producing touts from where you don't have quality teachers, you don't have labs, the environment is not friendly? How does our average public school look in comparison with what we have in Europe and America? Our leaders travel all the time. So they should start from the beginning, when the children are very young, and give them that sense of belonging. The children will become nationalistic. Their thinking will be geared towards, working for Nigeria, because they can see that they care for them. But not children who go to school now without, teachers or without equipment, okay? Or even in insecure environment where children are not even going to school again. So these are fundamental. When you give education, it goes round. Okay, but if you distribute money, you are likely to distribute to your party members.
Okay, we have our first caller of the show this afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Please, can you speak up a bit? We could barely hear you from the studio here. Good afternoon. What's the name and where are you calling from? Huh? We could barely hear you. Please do it to give us a call back. We could barely hear you. 07025200973 081-111-00973 or 091-144-44973. Doctor, you are trying to make a point because of our time.
Yes, I went to secondary school in Nigeria. I had a governor who was so passionate about education to the point that he went as far as Ghana to bring teachers for us. We had teachers, we had farms, we had gardens, farm manager. We were producing, each of us.
In that private school that
it was just a public school.
Okay.
And we were producing food. And it was being brought to food bank in Ibadan.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can you hear me now?
Yes, a bit better.
So, I want to speak about the First Lady's address.
Okay.
That the sale on social media. This thing is also the country at the moment is destabilized. Now, youth are not happy. Like, if it is, I want to believe that if the environment of the country is not like this, saying like this, I know you understand what I mean. Just accept what she said. Even if it is not everybody that way, but the perspective which you are seeing what she said, it appears she's being selfish. Because, of course, we will not allow our own children to fire character.
Okay. Saying that she will not allow our own children to fry.
Yes, there is nothing wrong in frying akara if that is what an individual wants to do.
It depends on
create the environment for us. That is it. Give us the enabling environment.
You can go to this junction and start frying your akara. That's one environment on its own. Gather firewood, use your pot, buy oil and beans.
There are people who are doing that, for God's sake. But we have a population of more than 200 million. So I'm saying that what's happening in our nursery primary schools, especially the public ones, what type of children are we bringing up? Doctor, so we are talking about entrepreneurship. It should not start when you have graduated from school. It should start from the basics. The children learn fast. Okay, you want them to, they will want to be even going to carpentry more than going to any other place if the environment is right, where practicals can be taught. I'm saying that we were in secondary school, we're producing food.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
How is this? Before you can accept that, maybe they will be trying akara, I think they will be trying for pop and using whatsoever and phrase that is putting on the off to serve people. There should be stabilization in the situation of the country.
Okay.
You should listen to the attitude and every outcry of every youth and make amendments what they are supposed to make amendments for. There is nothing that will come out from let me just put it that way, from either from the president or the hospital that will enter at the moment because of what is going on in the country, because of the situation of the country at the moment, actually skyrocketing of market prices and all. Now you want you to can understand that whatever you are saying, you should be mimicking it. Check the social media now and see how things are, how everyone is wearing it wrong, frying akara, roasting corn. There is nothing you will say more like the youth will understand and listen to. Also, you also listen to the outcry of every youth. I know how much parents spend on me. That is the university.
She said she knows how much her parents spent on her, and then she wants her to start frying akara at the end of the day. Well, let me quickly make a shout out to one or two people on our Facebook page because the time is no longer on our side. Adeife say good afternoon and welcome to Middle James here. Also talking about the establishment of state police will create employment opportunities for thousands of youths across Nigeria. Recruitment into state security agencies can reduce unemployment, discourage youth involvement in crime, and stimulate local economies through salaries and operational spending. Adering to Yanolo, say good afternoon to us. Boluwatifi is saying state-controlled police forces can respond more rapidly to emergencies because decision would not need to pass through lengthy federal command structures. Okay, and so it goes on and on like that. Jola Yinka Solomon Adidapo here too, saying one major criticism is that governors may use state police as political tools to intimidate opponents, suppress dissent, or influence elections. And then also go to me asking a question that do all states in Nigeria have the financial capacity to fund and maintain an effective state police force? and many more. Temidun James, Luatosin Adenike Adibajo, many more like that. I couldn't finish all these messages on our Facebook page, but someone is saying that the First Lady's statement was not an insult to Nigerian youth, rather it was a call for productivity, resilience, and entrepreneurship. Many thanks to you, Abdulafiz Tijani. I see your message, Busari Fatia, on our Facebook page, and many more people. Many thanks to Dr. Tide Olalere for joining us on this show this afternoon.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you once again. Many thanks to all the
To our
team
listeners.
that works together with me this afternoon. Utman is here, Gabriel is here, and then our very own dear sister too, Amobolaji, she's also here. Many thanks to everyone who joined us on this conversation today. Till next week, Monday, that Nigeria Today, we come to your pleasant hearing. Don't forget to keep believing in a Nigeria that works better. Olushola